morning, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's Rental Robert here with Hustle Nation. We are all about some financial independence and finding out who's got our money. That's right. Thing about it is, have you ever asked yourself, what are my money habits? And you're like, well, what is that? Here's the thing. Do you ever sit there and rehearse to yourself, when I get $5,000, 10 grand, or if I got $100,000, what would I do with that? 99% of the people already have it spent as far as they've rehearsed in their mind what they're going to do with that money. Corvette, new kitchen, new bathroom, pontoon boat, Harley, whatever it is. They've already got it rehearsed in their mind on where that money is going. Well, guess what? That kind of programs us, and that leads our footsteps on what it is that we do with that money. So here's the thing. Stop doing that. Quit it. Reprogram yourself and ask yourself, how am I going to invest $5,000, $10,000, or $100,000 when you get it? Reprogram yourself. Ask yourself, when I get $5,000, $10,000, or $100,000, how am I going to invest that? How am I going to take that money and start making it grow? The thing is that we don't ever sit there and ask ourselves these questions. We get wrapped up in this lottery mentality, this fantasy and everything. Well, when I get rich or guess what? You're never going to get there as long as you always have something to spend that money on. There's a really great guy named Gerald Peters, Full Auto 11 on Instagram. Watch him, type in his name. He's got a YouTube channel, talks about financial habits. He's got rental property, he's got stocks. He's living his dream, okay? And he even talked about it. He said, you need to build a nest egg to start with, okay? And you get a foundation. Any building that has stood the test of time has to have a foundation. A foundation is the most critical part of the equation on any type of structure. Okay, if it's built on a bad footing, a bad area, the site prep wasn't done correctly, those days are limited. Eventually that structure is going to come down. Okay, and whether it's a building or it's an empire or it's a business or it's a family or if it's a church, whatever, okay, if the foundation is not laid properly, it is doomed from the beginning. I see it so many times where somebody will start saving some money and then all of a sudden something comes up. And I'm not talking about something that's life-threatening, okay? If you've got a nest egg and that's your emergency reserves and somebody needs chemo treatment to live, spend that money in a heartbeat. I would, okay? If the doctor said tomorrow, hey, your mother needs, X number of dollars for chemo treatment and it looks good that we'll be able to keep her alive, I'm selling everything I got. That's not what I'm saying, okay? But what I am saying is that you got this nest egg and all of a sudden, oh, I need a tire. Oh, I need this. Oh, the motor went out in my car. As long as you keep going back to that nest egg and taking from it, it's never going to grow, okay? There's always going to be something to come up to find ourselves an excuse on why not to save that money, all right? And the thing about it is that I see it all the time with people and everything. Oh yeah, I was doing real good and everything, and then oh yeah, my kids had to have trophies for baseball, or they had to have a new bat, or something of that nature. And it's like, no, they don't. You know what you can do? You could buy them a lawnmower, and they can get out there and go earn some money to pay for their own bat, their ball, their cleats, the registration, and everything like that. Oh my God, what a concept! Oh, she's a little girl. She wants cheerleading. She can do the same thing. Get her a lawnmower, or tell her to go set up a lemonade stand. Teach them how to be an entrepreneur and self-supporting at a young age. Oh no, I can't do that. That's hard and everything like that. Well, yeah, grow up. That's what we had to do. I remember pulling a lawnmower behind a bicycle when I was 8 years old, going around neighborhoods and everything, because my parents wouldn't give me everything. And, I received all this trauma from my childhood. No, it's not that. It's that, you're just soft, and people don't want to go out and work anymore. Don't get me started. So, but here's the thing is that look at your financial habits. What is it that you're doing? When you receive money, what do you do with it? You got to ask yourself, what am I doing with this money and everything? Is it a flat 10% of everything that comes through your hands? Are you investing it? Is it 20%? Is it 30%? Or is it just, sometimes it's $50 here, sometimes it's $200 here, sometimes it's 20 here, whatever I feel like, or anything like that. Because most of the time, if that's the way that you invest, the reason that you do that is because you want to have the option that when something comes up that you see and you want to get it, you want to be able to do that. And when you make a commitment of investing 10, 20, 30%, that eliminates, or it really cuts down that option, because guess what? That money's earmarked. It's already going over here and everything. So it's not available for you to, you know what, I might need some new tires and rims for that four-wheel drive and everything like that. I'm still trying to jump up into my truck, folks. That thing sits tall. I bought that Dodge to be pulling the dump trailers and everything like that. And I haven't gone and bought the floorboards yet. I'm going to have to, because my mom won't ride with me, because it's such a jump for her to get up in there and grab the handle and everything like that. So I need to get some running boards so it's easier to get in and out and everything like that. And I say all of this to say is that we can find all the excuses in the world to be able to go and spend some money on, okay? But if we don't make investing a priority, the number one priority, again, investing the number one priority, it's not going to happen for us, okay? Everything else will happen but that, And the last thing that I want to do, and that I want you to do, is look at back at 65, 60 years old and say, you know what, I really wish I could retire, and, hey, I wish I could go see those grandkids every month, 500 miles away, but we just don't have money, Oh yeah, I remember, 10 years ago when, we decided that we needed this and we needed that. Because, and here's the thing that I do is whenever I meet somebody that appears to be in a position that I would trade places with, I always ask them, well, with what you know today, what would you do differently back then? Nobody has ever told me I saved too much money. It's not happened. And I've probably asked this question to 500 people, and nobody has told me, I wish I've saved too much money. They just haven't, okay? I'll tell you what I have consistently heard, and this is very frightening. I never knew how much retirement would cost me. I did not understand that if you work 40 hours a week, that's 40 hours a week that you're not spending money, and you're not doing something to spend money. But once you have free time, no matter what you want to do, it costs money. What do you mean? Well, I wanted to start doing, growing plants and stuff. Pots, soil, plants, this, that. I didn't understand how expensive it was. Oh yeah, I thought I was going to do, little woodworking projects and everything like that. And so then before you know it, I needed another table saw. And then before you know it, I needed this. Then before you know it, I needed this. And then guess what? I had to build a shop to be able to hold everything and whatnot. So guess what? We spent a bunch of money. And that's the whole thing is that no matter what we do, it costs money. And before somebody says, well, I'm going to go live out in the woods, well, guess what? Unless you walk all the way to them woods butt naked, somebody involved used some money, because you probably had shoes on your feet, you had clothes on your back, that cost money. Somebody transported you to the woods. If you didn't walk there, that cost money as well. I'm telling you, folks, the thing about it is imagine waking up tomorrow. And do me a favor, make a list today. Make a list of everything that, if you're not working and you had unlimited money, what would you do? And then make that happen. 2 weeks of Tahoe, I don't care. 2 weeks in Washington, D.C., looking at the Smithsonian's cool. You know, not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm planning on going over to New Orleans for 2 days. You know, there's a fantastic restaurant over there, Chop House, and I want to go and have a great steak. It's an option that I have. Why? Because I'm willing to work. You know, that guy Gerald Peters talks about the 8th day. Most people that I come across, probably 85 to 90% of them, don't want to work like I do. Okay, normally my work week is like 6 days. I try to cut it down to 5.5. Sometimes it works. The reason for all that is that I've got an end game goal that I want to retire with about $50,000 a month coming in, and within reason, I should be able to do whatever it is I damn well please. I'll share a little story with you. I used to be a millwright in a foundry. Made good money there. Small town. It was the second best paying place in that town. Okay. We all made fat cash. We all worked 13 days straight with 1 day off. 13 days straight, 1 day off. 98% of those guys in that maintenance department had gotten themselves financially into a position where they had to work like that. They could not take any time off because their bills were so high. And everybody kept talking about, you never quit from here, you'll work here for the rest of your life, this is what you're going to do, this is as good as it gets and everything. And I was thinking to myself, you know, there's something different out there, and this is not it. And I'll never forget when I went in there and I gave my notice, how good that felt. And I had enough money saved up to be able to finish my last 2 semesters of college and go to school full time. The look on that guy's face when I gave my 2 weeks notice was absolutely priceless. I don't know if in 18 years of being a maintenance supervisor, if he ever had anybody hand in their notice. And the freedom that I felt when I told everybody that I worked with, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not chained to this place, and I know I don't want to stay here. Such a wonderful feeling. It's Rental Robert with the Hustle Nation. I hope you have a fantastic day. May it be productive, profitable, and figure out who's got your money. Have a great day.